Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Nell Garage. I am Nell, bringing you guys a brand new video, and this will be top 5 best first mods for your car. Now, of course, it's just my own personal opinion, so please keep that in mind. And hopefully I can give you some ideas of some mods for your car. Now, if you guys haven't watched my last video, I just want to quickly mention that I am back to YouTube. I am back uploading again, and I will be uploading regularly. And also, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So yeah, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel for anything and everything to do with cars. And also, just thought I would mention that some photos are my own and some are provided by Google. And I don't claim any copyrights to the photos provided by Google. Let's get to the first thing on the list. Okay guys, so coming in at number 1, and this is the most important thing that you have to do when you get your car, no matter if it's your first car or if it's your 10th car, if it's your first time modifying your car or if it's your 100th time modifying a car, it does not matter. The first thing you should always do is an oil change, filter change, pretty much a full on service. Check everything, change all the oils, coolant, brake fluid, have a check on your brakes, suspension, timing belt or timing chain, whatever your car has. Just have an all-round check and service all the main parts, and just take care of your car. So, as I said, a good service, so that's oil filter, your spark plugs, check your coolant, check your brake fluid, make sure that that's all topped off, and yeah, just have an all-around check and also undertake any repairs that there might be before you even start modifying your car. So this is number 1 on the list, and this is the only thing that is in order, which is a full-on service and a check. As it's not really that expensive to do a service, it will only take maybe between half an hour to an hour and a half, and it can save you spending money on any unnecessary repair. Okay, so the next thing on the list is exhaust upgrade. Now that could be anything from a full-on exhaust system to just a sporty back box. Now what this will do is it will make your car sound louder and nicer. Actually, let me play you guys a few clips of the exhaust upgrade on my new project car that you guys will see in the next video. And if you can guess in the comment section below what the new project car is, leave it in the comment section below. And yeah, you will find out in the next video. In most occasions, it depends what car it is and what kind of exhaust you put on it. Exhaust can also add a little bit more power, but it's mostly just for the sound. So yeah, you can get something like a Cobra exhaust system or a Sportex. It just depends what you prefer, what sounds nicer, what car you have. Options are totally up to you, and you can get one reasonably cheap, or you can spend about 500-600 on one. It's totally up to you, but I would say that it's reasonably cheap and it's pretty simple to do. Literally just a few hangers, exhaust hangers to take off. May be required to do welding unless you can just clamp the new one on. That of course depends on what you're going for. But yeah, this is number 2 on the list. Okay, and coming in next on the list will be an induction kit. Now, an induction kit will not only make your car sound a little bit better, just like an exhaust. Obviously, they both do different things, but like an exhaust, an induction kit will make your car sound better and even louder as well. From personal experience, I can say that that is true. It does make your car sound nicer and louder. It did with the Polo, definitely. The Polo sounded a lot louder, and also a little bit better as well with an induction kit. And also it can improve performance, although you might have to go in for a remap after installing an induction kit. And induction kit, it's a very simple job, very easy, and you can pick one up pretty cheap, between 30 and 40. Okay, so next up on the list is window tints. Now my new project car does have the windows tinted, but obviously I can show you guys the picture because that will be in the next video. You will find out what my new project car is. But I found this beautiful R33 Skyline that has window tints. I found this picture on Google. Now, I just want to say this is like my dream car. Like, I absolutely love the R33s. But anyway, window tints, they can change the whole look of your car. They can just, it's such a such a small and like kind of simple mod to do, but it can transform your car the way it looks. Mega. Personally, my opinion on window tints is it suits some cars, but it doesn't suit other cars. For example, my Polo, I got a lot of questions asked about window tints, if I'm going to tint the windows on the Polo or anything, and I said no. And the reason was I personally didn't think that the window tints suited the Polo, whereas others thought that it did. But at the end of the day, it's like it was just what I thought. Right, guys. So window tints, they are. It depends. If you want to do it yourself, it's quite cheap. But if you want to take it to a professional, you will need to pay a little bit more. So it's just really up to your own personal opinion. If you want to do it yourself, if you can do it, or if you want to learn, then by all means do that. So yeah, that's for window tints. Okay, so number 5 on the list will be probably one of the most common first mod to do, and it's also one of my favorites, along with a few others, which is lowering springs or coilovers, depends what you go for. Now, let me tell you, by me putting lowering springs in the Polo, the way it transformed the car was absolutely amazing. Number one, it looked better because it was lowered, and performance-wise, that Polo never handled so good until I put the lowering springs in. And then obviously the wheels, but the wheels are not on this list, but just by the lowering springs alone, it will improve the performance of the car. It was honestly like a brand new car. So yeah, lowering springs. Lowering springs are the cheaper option. Coilovers are more expensive, but are more comfortable. But that's a half and half. It depends what brand you go for. It depends what settings you go for. But if you want to lower your car and make it perform better, make the performance better, definitely either lowering springs or coilovers. It just depends on your budget and what you prefer, essentially. So yeah, definitely I would recommend either the lowering springs or coilovers. No, as I said, lowering springs are cheaper than coilovers in most cases. Coilovers tend to perform better and be more comfortable, but then again, that also depends what you go for, what brand, and what settings you have. But so I can't really say which one is cheaper because it just depends what you go for. But usually the lowering springs tend to be cheaper. I picked mine lowering springs up for the Polo for around 85. So yeah, it was a lot cheaper. than coilovers. Now obviously guys, lowering springs or coilovers, you don't want to cheap out on them too much because essentially they play a big part in your car. So when it comes to anything to do with suspension, you don't want to cheap out, and any main components you just don't want to cheap out. To be honest, you don't want to cheap out with any mod or any part that you put on your car. You don't want to cheap out with anything. You still, if you are, yes, you can do it on a budget, but you don't want to cheap out too much. So instead of, let's say for example, you found coilovers for 150, but you know that the ones for 250 are a lot better, but you can get the ones for 150 right this minute, or if you wait a few weeks, you can get the ones for 250. My suggestion would be wait an extra week or two, or however, and get the more expensive ones, but you will know you will have better quality. So yeah, you don't want to cheap out too much on the parts, any part for that case. Alright, so this concludes the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you have any of your own best first mods, then please leave it in the comment section below, and I might include it in the part 2 of this video. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment. Also follow me on Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description below. And yeah, it's been Nell with Nell Garage. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.